Welcome to Our Wildlife. A little different today. I'm going to do a little bit of behind the scenes. I got the big camera, or the nice camera, and a little bit of behind the scenes of the short film that we just released called Still Here. So, New Year's, everyone has their resolutions. I have one for the channel, and it's cold out here. I'm sorry if my voice is shaky, but one of my main resolutions for the channel is to try and release one cinematic mini film a month. At the end of every month, each one a different theme that kind of relates to the essence of our channel. Still Here is essentially taking a location, trying early morning or afternoons in the stillness of that environment, where it's just whatever's existing, the nature, the wind. Additional challenge piece that I've added to it is to shoot only still frames. And again, I'm no expert by any means of doing this type of stuff. I'm very much a beginner and trying to get my tripod set here. Very much a beginner with the videography stuff. And I'm just trying to, teach myself as much as I can, learn as much as I can about it. But I just wanted to come through and get a couple of shots here and just walk through behind the scenes of doing these types of things for the channel. Probably gonna be one sec. Probably pretty bright behind me, but yeah, but that's pretty much it. Just trying to, like I said, just trying to get out here and get some shots. I've already come earlier, one day earlier already, and have gotten some shots. I just wanted to come today and do like a bit of behind the scenes. And as mentioned, I just come for the shots, still shots only, so got it on the tripod. I have two different tripods, a taller one here and the shorter one. And again, the essence of Still Here is just capturing moments like this. This is, I believe it's about a little bit after 8 o'clock in the morning. Had the frost in, so a lot of the fog on the water drifting across the top. The other morning I came, didn't have this. So I'm just trying to catch the same environment in different elements, whether that be after frost with the fog, whether that be rain. I haven't gotten it in the rain. I honestly probably won't make it to that point just because other plans will get in the way of my filming days for that. But just trying to carve out time in my mornings to come and capture things like this. Trying to, just grow as a videographer. Again, it's more for me. It's about observing than it is about mastering. It's more just about capturing what I see in these moments and what I feel in these moments. So I'll always have those to kind of look back on. That's kind of the goal for me. It's more of a creative outlet for the channel than anything. But yeah, let's walk around this beautiful lake right here and see if we can set a couple of shots up. Been trying to capture some wildlife, but every time I'm out here, I try to be as quiet as I can. And of course, I'm not quiet today because I'm talking to you guys, but I always spook them. I always spook the big blue herons. A lot of smaller birds, songbirds, mourning doves around. But I wanted to try and get some of the, larger native species. Because, believe it or not, this spot here, we're 15-20 minutes from the coast. So really cool spot. See if I can get some capture some wildlife. We have seen gators out here before, but again, with it being dead of winter here in North Carolina and it's cold this morning, I don't expect to see any of them. If we do, I'll try to get them. If you're curious in the setup I'm using, it's the Sony FX30 and the Sigma 18-50 2.8 lens. Not cheap by any means. The FX30 is the cheaper of the cinema line from Sony. but it's APS-C, it's not full frame, if you're familiar with photography or anything like that. And again, like I said, like I'm not an expert by any means on video. I am familiar with a camera. I did photography when I was younger. And again, just a way to be creative and do something, and try to grow in an area that seems interesting to me, which videography does. It just kind of correlates with running a YouTube channel, I guess. So yeah, I'm just walking around this lake, just trying to get some really cool shots. Last time I was here, I didn't have the fog, so I'm just trying to capture some of that at different angles here. But I can drop the details if you're curious of the camera. I use DaVinci Resolve to edit everything. I am experimenting with color grading. I'm shooting everything in S-Log. Yeah, we'll see how she turns out. Hope you guys enjoy. If you want to, I'll leave the link at the end of this video if you want to check out the cinematic mini film, Still Here. Forgot one more thing. Kicking this one off, I actually had my settings on my camera wrong. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. Probably not. Looks like it's reflecting pretty good. But anyway, the FX30 has what they call dual base ISO, and when you're shooting video, those two base ISO, one lower at 800, the top level or the higher limit is 2500, which is low for a camera. Some of the like full frames have like 12,800, things like that. That's why they do a lot better in low light situations. This is not a low light situation, so I didn't really need the 2500. I should have been at 800 ISO, and what that means is at the 800 or the 2500 ISO, and if I'm capturing the footage in S-Log, it gives me the greatest dynamic range of light and color that I can get in the shot. But unfortunately, I started it at 2500, so I kept every other one at 2500 too. I didn't want to switch in between, so hopefully I don't crazy overexpose, or hopefully I can get some of that back in editing and color grading. And typically with S-Log 2, you hear all of the tips of expose to the right, or shoot 1 or 2 stops over baseline exposure. I try to use the zebras. The little EV meter has been +7, +3, +7 on most of my shots, which is not 1 stop. Usually you're shooting +2.0, but I use my zebras and try to set ranges for light that way as well. So I shoot what looks good on the screen for me, and then I try to just tweak and fix it in post as best as I can. So hopefully everything turns out okay shooting at 2500, but if not, lesson learned, and we'll move on to the next one. I wish I had a nicer zoom lens. Maybe I should pick one of those up if I'm going to keep doing these types of little cinematic mini films. But I'll be honest, the Sigma 18-50 is a really great lens. I mean, and it's fairly affordable for how great it is. If anyone's, I'll leave the description below, like what camera I'm using, lens. I have some ND filters and stuff on there as well. So if anyone's curious about what I'm using to capture the shots for this film, I'll drop it in the description so you have it. But I really should invest in like a nicer or a longer zoom lens, because every time I get around the birds, they move trees. And with the zoom, I only have 18-50. 50 is not going to be enough to get them the way that I want to get them. So in the near future, a little bitty bird right there. In the future, I'll get a nicer lens at some point, so that way I can get better close-ups of some of the wildlife out here as well. Awesome. Well, look, guys, hope you enjoy this behind-the-scenes look. I know I didn't do too much. I meant to do it the first time I went and shot, and then I thought about it while I was there shooting. I was like, I should do a behind the scenes of capturing these, especially now that we're doing. I'm trying to do one a month. So January's is the Still Here, and Still Here is just exactly what it is. Still here, and it's here in this moment in time, in the stillness of the early mornings, of the evenings. I'm trying to catch different environments, different weather systems, and you're really just kind of being in the moment. And that's kind of what our channel essences. It's observation, not expert, right? I'm not an expert by any means of videography. I'm just trying to learn it myself. I watch, obviously as a YouTuber, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, watch a lot of people that put their stuff together. Got a lot of good information there, but I'm just trying to use it as my creative outlet, and to just create things that capture the feeling that I have in that moment. So Steph and I, as we build this channel out over the years, we have these to look back on and kind of like to relive these kind of moments. And then with the title being called Still Here, also the extra challenge of just shooting only still shots. A lot of my shots for the vlogs as well, and the previous mini films that I've released, some of them were still, but a lot of movement shots in there as well. So I wanted to add a little bit of an extra challenge element for myself. One, to just try to get a little better at those aspects of videography, but to just add a little challenge to it to make it a little fun for myself as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you get out and explore more and wander on to the next one.